Hello and welcome to episode number 16 of Ashnomics. Mumbai or Miami? Should we congratulate our city planners on their accomplishment of turning Mumbai's geography into an advanced puzzle, which I suspect might soon require decoding by scholars specializing in something like Egyptian carvings? As a devoted citizen residing, I don't know, maybe somewhere between Juhu or Upper Juhu and soon, what I suspect might be labeled as, just above Upper Juhu. And just like you, I'm in a state of existential confusion, not just as a humble taxpayer, though my taxes, humble or not, do occasionally participate in their civic duty, but also as a bewildered traveler on the shifting sands of Mumbai's geography. Mumbai has long been a beacon of unity where people of different cultures, backgrounds, and dreams converge. However, this noble pursuit of unity appears interrupted by an unrelenting enthusiasm for subdivision. Do you think railways was the first divider in chief? Now don't ask me who is the second one. Establishing two divisions, Western and Central Railway, and divided the region among themselves, resulting in a division of population, which hitherto was living peacefully between East and West. They celebrated by creating two stations, Dadar West and Dadar Central. Success reaching their head as usual, they birthed a third railway line, the Harbour Line, to divide the people further. There the chaos made its grand entry. The division has become so thorough that not even the humble Malad has been spared. There is now Malad West, Malad East, Lower Malad, Upper Malad, and what I anticipate will soon be Malad slightly to the left. In earlier days, one could confidently direct a cab to Malad and arrive with minimal dispute. Today, however, one must conduct a small seminar with the driver. West or East, Upper or Lower, or do you mean New Malad, somewhere between Old Malad and not yet developed Malad? Often the taxi driver, as baffled as me, takes me to Goregaon instead, which by some cartographic sorcery exists in perpetual adjacency to Malad. The humble Matunga road does not know whether it leads to Mahim or its twin Matunga station. Meanwhile, Mahim stands firm as one whole, refusing to bow to the pressures of segmentation. But perhaps there lies a model to follow. Or is it a rebellion that must soon be quashed? I leave that to your discerning judgment. I understand that progress must march forward. But should we do that with a label maker in each hand? Now, why stop at Upper Juhu? Let us create elevated Juhu, followed by celestial Juhu, lower Upper Juhu, and perhaps a narrow strip around Juhu can be named Upper Juhu Annex. Cuff Parade, which was for so long graciously standing tall and elite, a strip of land near Vadala, has been called New Cuff Parade. That's very bad, isn't it? Now let not the imagination of our planners and the builders go wild and classify the New Cuff Parade further into the classic Cuff Parade. If this trend continues, I foresee a day when we will have ancient Cuff Parade, a heritage site preserved for archaeologists of future generations. Adding to this delightful confusion, unlike when all residential buildings had a suffix, something like villa, nivas, mahal, etc., I note that towering residential structures springing up around the city have now grandiose names that echo distant lands in the USA, UK, Italy, and France. Recently, my friend declared that he was going to Atlanta to see his in laws, as they plan to move to Miami soon. Courteous as I am always, quickly I said bon voyage to him, thinking he was going to USA. To my surprise, he returned in a week, and it turned out he went to Atlanta building in Dahisar to stay with his in-laws, and that Miami thing is in Panvel. Don't you know? We can now proudly boast Palace Royal in Tardeo, Venezia in Parel, Monte South in Baikala, Vivaria in Thane, Odis in Goregaon, Rivali Hills in the area called Kanchpada, Kingston Park in Kalyan, and the latest is, that's right, Miami in Panvel. Now if someone tells you he is going to Miami, ask him whether by road or train. But wait, the new international airport is coming up in Panvel. I only pray the planes going to the real Miami do not accidentally land in Panvel. Oh, no wonder when somebody says, Jaldi bol, Panvel ki gaadi pakadni hai, does this mean he wanted to go to Miami? It seems that our neighborhoods are not only subdividing but also experiencing an identity crisis of international proportions. Hey, I just remembered, there is a Eiffel Tower coming up in Mazgaon. Are you not proud that we have our own White House in the Walkeshwar area? At this rate, I expect to see a Bhelpuri stall proudly having its board as Miami Chaat Corner and Eiffel Tower Vada Pav. Perhaps Beverly Hills and Kingston Park can now compete for a Pav Bhaji stall in its name. Yet, despite the exotic flair of these names and our new roads already putting roads of the USA to shame, our roads remain adamant about giving 5 different levels of driving experience, oscillating between an amusement park ride and a survival challenge, dust and racing tracks to the citizens. I suspect the footpaths were designed as death traps for the unsuspecting pedestrians, a true test of agility and fate. Meanwhile, the Gokhale Bridge, that's right, the Gokhale Bridge is refusing its cosmic alignment and to correspond with reality, much like a distant relative who refuses to RSVP for weddings. How if you consider unifying these neighborhoods? A grand renaming campaign could sweep through the city, uniting us all under one simple Mumbai west of somewhere. This way, when friends ask for directions, we can merely point to the horizon and mutter, just keep heading west until you smell the vada pav. By the way, jokes aside, I understand these noble efforts are to refine our postal addresses. But I fear we may be heading towards an era where our area and building names will require help from NASA. That's right, NASA. Because I heard recently that a road navigation app led drivers to unfinished bridges, rivers, or deep into the jungles, And the authorities are dragging the app owners to the court and not their own officials. Well, I hope we cannot do that to NASA now. A new president has been installed there. I fear that if this geographical splintering continues unchecked, soon even our railway stations will engage in this delightful confusion. Matunga Road might declare independence from Matunga, forming a sovereign republic of Matunga Southwest. Now, please do not come up with the idea of requiring passports and border control checkpoints. That reminds me, the Z Bridge makes a giant effort to unify two Matunga. I don't know whether that inspired the USA to name its bridge as the Tappan Z Bridge. I better not comment on the safety aspect of our Z Bridge, as more has already been said in the past. Does this sound like I am saying in protest? No. Honestly, I admire the boundless creativity demonstrated by urban planners. However, should they feel compelled to continue this renaming spree, I request that my building be officially renamed as Castle Rock, Empire of West Juhu Malad Prime. By the way, I have already ordered the stationery. In closing, I think the unity is often found not in the naming but also in the shared confusion of all who reside within these newly partitioned regions. After all, nothing brings people together like the experience of explaining to relatives why their address now includes more syllables than their name. I trust that this humble plea will be received with the same sense of humor with which it is said. I don't think the city planners require assistance in further subdividing any remaining patches of undivided land, but should they require, I remain at their service as a humble taxpayer and citizen. But without confusion, please like this episode and subscribe to Ashnomics. Thank you and bye.